We had our Tarzan swings too.
And we had the raft out there, and it was great. There's a hospital and everything over there.
That must have been a wonderful life, being able just to go and jump in a boat.
Oh my God, Susan, Bartz, and I used to go out. We had so much fun.
So this is a oil painting from a picture that your father had done.
Right. Actually, it was a photograph, and he took it to somebody who took old black and white photographs and oil painted over top of them and made an oil painting out of an old photograph, and that's what this is.
How beautiful.
And he had this, and they did the colors of the dresses and everything just from memory. And this was my father's memory. He gave this to my mother for an anniversary gift. This is my father, and this is his youngest brother, George, and this is the oldest brother, Mike. This one eventually was the one that opened up the LABUDA'S store on Ruth Avenue up in Edgemere.
Okay, and you have a plaque underneath of that.
Right, and this plaque that's shown in this picture,
yes,
this is the plaque.
Okay, and this is an award for, explain it for me.
Actually, this was the 25th anniversary of selling of the first package of frozen food to the public. That's what my father told me. What it says here for outstanding newspaper advertising and sport of Bird's Eye. This is their 25th anniversary. So I only know what my father had told me, that they sold the first package of frozen food, I guess, in this area.
Today, DundalkTV is with Kathy and Joe LABUDA in front of the Fort Howard Post Office, which was LABUDA'S store back in the day. Now, what can you tell us about the store, Kathy?
Okay, my grandparents purchased this piece of property in 1926. Prior to my grandparents purchasing this property, it was known as Cherry's Corner. I am currently doing research back on the deeds and hope to have a complete history of the property. My father was in World War II. When he came back from the war, the brothers, my father, and after my grandfather died, my father and his brother actually ran the store, and then his brother, my father bought out his brother, and his brother went down to Florida and opened up a dog racing track. Then what happened is in the 50s, they built a concrete block building next to it, and they opened up a liquor store. And next to the liquor store there was a dry cleaner. So right now there's there's an apartment in each one of those buildings. So I've lived here my entire life, and I used to learn how to cashier when I was 6 years old. And we've lived here our whole life. And the only thing that I can say that used to embarrass the living daylights out of me, and the kids used to all tease me, my father had a big sign on the side of the store that said, "See your meats cut." And all the kids used to tease me about, "Can we see you get your meat cut?" And that used to drive me crazy. So we've just lived here all these years. And
okay, now Joe is your brother, and
my brother.
And I actually ran into Dale Grimes down the street, and he said one of the things he remembered about your store was that you had a silver dollar on the floor.
Oh, that was in the liquor store.
That was
in the liquor store. That was placed in there when that was built, and they tiled the floor. There was a silver dollar in that.
People still remember that.
Exactly.
Now, Joe, Kathy has shared with me in prior conversations that she used to do some deliveries in the neighborhood, and you knew. She said that she knew all the people, all the locals. So what was your experience growing up? What did you do?
Well, I used to have to stock the shelves. I'd come home from school and stock the shelves all the time. And I would stock the shelves with you know, all of the product that he was selling. On Saturdays, I would get up and Kathy would be on the phone
taking
orders, and we would take orders from people that called in. Then we'd go to the shelf and take all the stuff off the shelves and put it in boxes. Then we would
Ford panel truck.
Yeah, we had an old Ford panel truck, and Dad would get somebody to drive for him. There was some of the neighborhood kids, and then Don Miller. And then when I got old enough, I would drive and we would deliver the orders to people. And we used to deliver orders all the way up into Edgemere. We used to take them.
Miller's Island, Edgemere,
Miller's
out
Island.
to North Point. You know where the,
Yeah.
what is that, the Optimist Club or whatever, right up there on North Point Boulevard?
Yeah.
Where
Yes.
that is? There was a lady up there who we used to deliver orders
Yes.
to. So I take the orders over the telephone, write them down. We'd go pull the orders in the afternoon, and on the truck they'd go, and we'd deliver them to their houses. Same thing with the liquor store.
Used to take, used to deliver orders to Miss Gorsuch up at the Todd
Up at
House.
the Todd House, yeah.
And that's where I used to get tours of the Todd House. And one of the things she had in there was a huge arrowhead collection. I don't know where that ever got to. But she had a huge arrowhead collection, and all the arrowheads and spirit points and stuff were taken off the farm.
She went through the farm, and as they would plow the field, she would pull these arrowheads and spear points and go to the beach, and she was able to collect a lot of these artifacts, and she had them mounted on a plaque. She let me take them to show and tell one day in elementary school, and when she passed away, I have no clue whatever happened to. She had several plaques of those. I don't know whether the Todd family kept them or whether they remained in the house or what happened.
Well,
to
the
them.
farmers have come up, and I've heard stories about that personally myself. They found all kinds of stuff, because actually downtown they used to have the privies, and
Right.
after they used the bathroom and everything, they would have to clean that out. And they actually brought it down to the farms and used that as fertilizer.
Yeah.
So anything that fell in there, as somebody was using the facilities, that would get mixed up in there, and then later on they would be plowing the fields and everything, and then they would find that. So, and also the reason the arrowheads were there is because it used to be Indian Trail.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, I used to go up and hang with Harry Hyman and run it. We go to those fields, and after they plowed the fields up, if you went out there after a rain, the water washed down between the rows. You could walk the rows and you could see the arrowheads sticking up in the field, and you could go and pick arrowheads up. And Harry had a big arrowhead collection too.
They got out Indian head pennies. They had come back. He had a huge cigar box full of
And
Indian
Harry
head pennies.
found a 3-cent. It was an English 3-something coin. I don't know what it was, and we don't know where it come from. But we always thought that maybe a British soldier dropped it during the war. We didn't know, but that's what we always fantasized, that had to come from the war 1812.